Bum, bum, bum.
Good times never seem so good.
So good, so good, so good. GMT starts now.
Live, this is Good Morning Texas.
Now listen, don't you judge me for my singing voice this morning. My gosh, good morning, Texas. I'm Erin Hunter. So good indeed. It is going to be a fabulous day. Thank you for starting your day with us. If you just woke up or you're just getting going, we have a fabulous show today. So let me tell you what's coming up. We have one of the national tour cast members of A Beautiful Noise, the Neil Diamond musical, in the house. You just saw him. And he's actually from Keller, which is so exciting. So we got a hometown tie. And then also we have a preview of Secret Sins by a local director and filmmaker, Dr. Ollie. We're going to talk to him in just a bit. And then it's Wellness Wednesday, how to give your meals a fiber and protein-packed boost, especially as we head into spring. We want to make sure that we're continuing our New Year's resolutions and continuing to take care of our bodies. So making sure that we're doing all of the things that we can check off our list to take care of ourselves. So you're going to want to stick around because it's a good show for that today. But let's bop over to the Weather Center, see what's going on outside. Some rain this morning.
Yeah, had quite a bit of rain and thunderstorm activity overnight there, Erin. Good morning again, everyone. All that's beginning to wind down right now. We'll actually clear out heading into the afternoon, but expect some strong north winds to start to pick up a little bit later today as well. We'll get to that in just a bit, but looking a lot better out on the UNT campus there in Denton, 62 degrees. West and northwest winds, they're going to be pretty light out there right now, but again, those stronger north winds expected as we get into this afternoon. So looks a lot better there on the UNT campus. DBU as well had plenty of light rain left over for the morning commute. 65 degrees out there for you right now. It's a little drier than it was. Here's what it looks like on radar. Not a whole lot left around the Metroplex as far as the rain is concerned. This trend will continue around Dallas and Fort Worth, a little farther south. Still going to have some showers out toward Mejia, Corsicana, moving up over toward Athens and Tyler, but all the strong, severe thunderstorms well off to our east here, and that's where we expect the stronger storms to be and stay later today. Now, we're going to hold on, though, to the weather alert today, and that's going to be because of those winds. Light rain hanging around through the morning here, around through about 10 a.m., but as we get into the afternoon, we'll have those strong north winds behind that front, so make sure you do secure any loose outdoor items. Use extra caution out there on the roads, not just because of the wet roads, but because of those strong winds. There's the wind advisory, 1 p.m. until 10 p.m. We could see some gusts up around 40 miles per hour here as we go through the day. In fact, as we look at that wind gust forecast, you can see coming home a little bit later today, we will see those gusts up around 40. That's going to be behind that front that will usher in some cooler air. Still going to get into the upper 70s as that front sweeps through. Behind that, we'll have some upper 60s and low 70s. Break out the coats and sweaters tomorrow morning. We'll dip down into the upper 30s and low 40s heading out the door for tomorrow morning. But we do warm up a little bit more as we wrap up the week heading into the weekend. So we'll talk more about that later in the show. But now, Erin, back to you.
Greg, I love Texas weather. I just put the jackets away. Now I got to get them back out. All right, thanks so much. A new film with a powerful message is making its way to streaming, and it's created by a Dallas filmmaker who wears many hats. Dr. Ollie's Secret Sins hits streaming this month, and he's here with us this morning to take us behind the movie and his journey to filmmaking. Good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
So glad to have you here, especially because you're local. This is going to be fun. So let's talk about you for a second. You wear several hats, as I just said, from being a businessman to an author to a filmmaker. I don't know how you have all of the time, but how did you get into the industry?
Okay, so I started out by writing my book. That was probably maybe 13, 14 years ago. And I'm from going just writing books into actually writing scripts. It was just one thing after another, but they were scripts for short films.
Yeah.
And from doing short films, when COVID set in, then that's when we really seen what streaming could be able to do, the power of it.
Yes.
And that's what pushed me over into doing features, which is where we are now.
Interesting. Okay, can I ask though, how different is it? Because you said it kind of led into it, but how different is writing a book versus writing a script?
Oh, I mean, it's pretty different. it is, but for me, I will say I have a great team. I have a number of people that are able to help me. So I'll start out with just doing, we'll say, what are they called? Like little, baselines. Yeah, just 1, 2, 3, like, like that, and start one, going all the way down to the bottom, and then adding to that.
So basically letting the idea grow, starting with one thing and then kind of just letting it blossom from there.
Yeah,
okay.
It may start very small.
Yeah, exactly, but small things turn into gigantic things. Let's talk about something gigantic that's coming your way. Your newest project, Secret Sins, for viewers who may not know, or they may be hearing about it for the first time. Can you tell us exactly what the story is about without giving away too much?
Okay, so with Secret Sins, At first, and this was not the original title, at first it was entitled Stand, and I was going through a lot of different things, so this comes up, it's a personal message from me. About maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I came up with the concept, and it didn't come as far as in full play until last year when we finally completed the script, and I was like, you know what, this is something that I really, really want to be able to put out. But just giving you a little bit about the storyline, it's got a lot of twists and turns that's going to take place, and I don't want to reveal too much, but when you hear the title Secret Sins, I changed it to that because of the fact that it is really more catchy, but the film is going to tell people that no matter what you're dealing with, it's going to, I mean, your faith may be challenged, but at the same time, what's done in the dark will definitely come to the light if it's something that's going against you, because we all deal with problems. We all deal with issues and things like that.
So it sounds like it's going to be very relatable, which I think people want to lean on and kind of need nowadays.
Yeah.
And so what do you hope audiences take away? Do you hope that they take away the fact that, look, I'm human too? Yeah,
exactly. And so, and that's what I'm saying. When I just like with what I stated a moment ago, with what's done in the dark will come to the light. You may deal with things, you may be at work and you may be having a challenge. It could be something that's personal that you've been dealing with for a very, very long time. I mean, but at the same time, you can overcome these different obstacles.
Yes. Okay, so a big moment for any filmmaker is getting their work on a streaming platform, and you have several that have made the cut at this point. So how exciting is it to see Secret Sins debuting on Amazon Prime, you guys?
I am very, very excited about that. This is my first film to be able to make it to Amazon Prime. This film is probably going to be my best one yet. And so to know it's the best one and it's going to Amazon Prime, I mean, I don't even know how to put it into words for what's going to be able to take place. But I will say it won't be my last one.
It will not be your last one. Speak it into existence. But also, I can just imagine just the satisfied feeling you have of, okay, thank God, it actually came together. And people are actually appreciating it.
Yes, they definitely are. And you'll be able to see, Professor Ogilvy from the Parker. Dorian Wilson, is his real name. He came, I met him about maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and he came to be able to be a part of the project with us. And to have him as a star inside of it, that right there, that's, a big thing for us as well, because he's my first major star for my project.
Wow, I feel like that moment when you got him was like, okay, we did this, it's actually happening, it's coming to life. And so I feel like we're an arts community out here in Dallas, and there's tons of people who are looking to you and thinking, okay, he did it, we're from the same place, I can do it too. Any advice that you have for those out there who are still climbing that ladder?
When you ask that, are you referring to people that
want to be filmmakers
that
like
want to be filmmakers?
Indeed.
Okay. So I would like to tell them, no matter what your idea is, because everything starts with an idea, to just take that idea, like I said, do the bullet points, and then go ahead and create your story. And from there, it may start as a short, then you could be able to turn that into a feature. It does not take very, very long. And I mean, it is work, but at the same time, it can be done.
It can be done, and you just got to be consistent.
You have to be consistent. Yes, ma'am.
Very, very good. Thank you for coming on, hanging out with us, and telling us about your new project. And like you said, wishing you many, many more to come. And you at home, you can watch Secret Sins on Amazon Prime on March 25th.
Thank you.
Bluebonnet season is here, and it's the most magical time of year to visit the Texas Hill Country. And Texas Hill Country Winery's Executive Director, January We See, joins me with more on the Wine and Wildflowers Passport. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
I feel like you fit the theme this morning in your florals.
I was trying.
I love it. So tell me, what kind of grapes are actually grown here in the Texas Hill Country or out there?
Yeah, so Texas is really well known for warm climate varietals. We grow grapes that grow around the world, from Italy, France, Spain. So we have varietals like Viognier and Roussanne, Tannat, Tempranillo, you name it, we grow it.
Okay, very good. I think everyone is paying attention at this point, because it sounds like you have something, like you said, for everyone. So what is the Wine and Wildflowers Passport? What goes into that?
Yeah, so the Wine and Wildflower Passport actually started in 1999. So this was the original event that kicked off the association and everything that we do. And it is really celebrating the wines of the Hill Country and the wildflowers that are out there.
Yes.
So you can purchase a pass on the website. You can do a couples or an individual's ticket, and you can visit up to 4 wineries a day. We have over 50 wineries participating. So it's really a great deal. Once you visit 2 wineries as a couple or 3 wineries as an individual, you you've paid for your tickets, which are $100 for a couple and $65 for an individual.
That's actually really good pricing. My goodness. But okay, let me ask you this. How long does it last? Because I'm assuming you're not going, I mean, you could go to 4 wineries in one day. That could be a fun feat.
You could. Need a driver. We always recommend a driver.
We definitely need a DD.
Yes. So the passport, actually, we've just extended it to April 24th.
Oh, good. So there's plenty of time.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Okay, guys, if you don't have plans, this is an easy way to fill up your weekends. Now, you brought some wine with you today. So tell me, what are we tasting?
Yes, we brought 3 different wines that we actually have on the blog, on the website, that pair with wildflowers, which is super fun. So we brought the Calcaria, which is a Viognier Roussanne blend from K Estate, which is right there on 290, just outside of Fredericksburg. And we brought a Rosé from Turtle Creek Vineyard, which is down in Kerrville. They are right there on the water, on the river. It's a beautiful location, surrounded by their estate vineyards. And then we're going to taste the Tornalox Sangiovese.
I love my favorite type of breakfast.
Nothing like wine at 9 a.m.
Nothing like wine at 9 a.m. Okay, I'm assuming you're kind of a wine connoisseur. And so, tell me, is there a process maybe?
Well, so if you're new to tasting wine, or even if you're not, you're going to sip or smell, excuse me. Oh my gosh.
I was
it
like,
is
honey,
real early.
I can sip right now if you
It
want
is
me
real
to.
early. Sorry,
Okay,
you're
we're
gonna
doing it a little
smell.
smell. It smells divine.
It's
though.
so fruity.
Wow, so good.
And then you're gonna swirl.
This is my favorite part. Don't you just look professional doing this?
Feel so fancy.
And then a taste, yes?
Yes, and then you're gonna taste.
Cheers, my girl. Let's see. Wow. Okay, for a red, that is super fruity.
It's so smooth and fruity.
I love that, because reds usually still have that bite, but the fruitiness kind of tames it a little bit. Okay, look at us. We're diving into wine today. I'm having a good time. Okay, now tell me, what kind of wildflowers? Because you said these are great to pair with wildflowers. And so what kind of wildflowers can people expect to see?
Yeah, so we actually did like the personality of wine and flowers, kind of, not necessarily that you're going to enjoy wildflowers like directly with your wine, like food and wine. But you'll see everything from bluebonnets, of course, to Mexican hats, Indian paintbrushes, wine cups, which is, come on, the perfect wildflower. Yeah.
I love, very good. Okay, so if viewers are listening right now and they're deciding, okay, which winery should I go to, or how should I make this trip happen, or where can I find more information? Where do they go for all of that?
So our website, texashillcountrywineries.org, has all the information you can need. It has information on all of our wineries. It has an interactive map where you can go on and say that you can filter by visiting wineries that are dog friendly or kid friendly, or wineries that have a full restaurant or a patio, all kinds of options. And then there's also where you can sort by what varietals you like. We have a wine style selector tool on the website that links to this app where you put in what flavor profiles you like, how sweet you like a wine, how fruity you like a wine, and it'll tell you what you like.
My goodness. Okay, you guys have literally thought of everything, because I was just thinking, how do I rack through 50 different wineries so I know which one is right for me? But you guys already handled it. All right, my girl, let's do one more cheers before you go. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Cheers. And you guys, make sure you drink responsibly if you're bopping out there. And of course, thank you for bringing me a little sip this morning. The Wine and Wildflowers Passport goes March 23rd through April 17th with more than 55 Hill Country wineries participating. Get your tickets and learn so much more online at texashillcountrywineries.org. March is National Nutrition Month, and today also happens to be National Registered Dietitian Day. So who better to help us simplify healthy eating than registered dietitian Amy Goodson? She's here with what she calls the 2026 Nutrition Power Duo that you can't ignore. Welcome back, Amy. Happy, what did I just say? National Registered Dietitian Day.
All the registered dietitians helping people.
Yes. Thank you for getting us right in our intake as well. Let's talk about that, though. What is the 2026 Nutrition Power Duo, and why is it so popular, or why is everybody talking about it right now?
All right, so our Power Duo that we cannot ignore in 2026. Got any guesses about the nutrients?
Well, I was thinking like maybe protein, because that's all the rage right now.
All the rage. Yup, girl. Oldie but a goodie, protein. What about the other one? We got two, Power Duo.
Now, the only reason I know this is because I did the teas. Otherwise, I wouldn't know. But let's go with fiber.
Yes, so girl, everyone's thinking, we've been talking about protein and fiber for years, and we have, but the reason they're taking center stage is because of their impact on helping stabilize your energy levels and control your hunger levels throughout the day. So protein is key for building and repairing lean muscle mass, but it's also the slowest digesting macronutrient.
Nice.
So that means it's gonna help you get full faster, stay full longer. And then fiber helps really manage blood sugar and energy levels because it's slower digesting than its ultra processed counterparts. So when you pair them together, power duo, more energy over the course of the day. But most people are not getting enough of it. So that's what we got to fix today.
Yes, indeed. Okay, as I'm listening to you say this, I'm thinking, okay, it's giving you energy and it's keeping you full. And this is tips that we want to know, especially when we're taking food to work, I feel like, because that's the main thing you want. So let's start over here. We're starting with breakfast, some fabulous pancakes. I'm assuming protein pancakes,
girl, look at you. So typically when we think about breakfast, we always want to include protein and fiber because that is really going to lay the foundation for your blood sugar and your energy levels in the morning. Now, so many breakfasts are just laden with carbohydrates, no protein, which typically pancakes are, but today we have made these with cottage cheese and oat flour. Then we've topped them with some Greek yogurt and berries. So we have got protein and fiber. This is gonna keep you satisfied and really help prevent that mid-morning crash that so many people experience. So a few ingredient swaps with our power duo, ready to go for breakfast.
And you're still eating the things you like. You're just switching up the ingredients a bit to make it healthier. Okay, we can still have the stuff we want. Now, let's move to lunch or dinner, honestly. This could be for both. Tell me more about what you have here.
Okay, so when we talk about lunch and dinner, I want you to think about choosing foods or ingredients that have the power duo. So they have protein and fiber in one. So let's talk about our bowl. So our bowl has quinoa, veggies, chickpeas, chicken. What do you think are the power duo foods that contain both protein and fiber?
Interesting. Okay, well, I know chicken is a protein, but I don't know if it has fiber. But I do know that chickpeas, everybody talks about those, and those are super healthy. So I'm gonna go with chickpeas because fiber and protein. Yeah, that makes sense. And then I'm gonna go with the quinoa too because quinoa and chickpeas seem like they would be in the same category.
You got it. Protein and fiber. So both quinoa and chickpeas have plant-based protein and fiber. Plus we're getting extra fiber from veggies. Chicken's got the protein, like you said. Very nutrient rich, very satisfying. Now, this is an interesting one. So this is a lentil pasta bake. So what I did is I swapped out traditional pasta, swapped in lentil pasta. It's got lean ground beef, some ricotta cheese, tomato sauce, spinach. So what is my power duo food in this one?
The lentil pasta?
You got it, girl. So one serving actually has 15 grams of protein, 4 grams of fiber. Plus we've got the spinach for added fiber. We've got the ricotta cheese for some added protein, the lean beef. So this is a great win. And when we talk about like a pasta bake, you can make that one night and it can double as more meals or leftovers for the family. So win-win for our power duo and nutrition.
Yes, indeed. You know what? But I love the idea of a pasta bake because like you said, it's so easy to make and it lasts as long as you want it to last, basically. Okay, let's come to snacks because snacks where I think most people struggle, especially when you're in a tight time frame and you're like, okay, I just need to eat something. We usually go for chips or something like that, right?
Exactly. So again, we've got to get the protein and fiber because that's going to help us feel more satisfied, help manage those energy levels over the course of the day, and keep you from being as hungry at the next meal or snack. Now, girl, you know I love a good energy bite.
You do.
So our no-bake energy bites today, they have peanut butter, they have protein powder, honey, and oats. So we've got lots of ways to get protein and fiber, and you can throw these in your computer bag, put them in your kid's lunchbox. Spring break season, put them in an airtight container, take them with you. And then a little spin that a lot of people don't think about. This is a berry chia seed pudding. So we've used a vanilla cinnamon Greek yogurt, a little bit of milk. Chia seeds are gonna get you some plant protein as well as a good amount of fiber. Top it with more fiber with the berries. Boom, delicious. It's gonna help you feel satisfied, and the best part is your energy levels are gonna be stable over the course of the day.
You know what I love about every single dish that you have on this table is that every ingredient somehow plays a part. There is no ingredient involved that is just kind of there, you know what I mean? And so thinking about it in this way is so different. I'm gonna have to lean into this because you do not wanna know what I had for breakfast this morning. It was a cake pop.
I don't know they're making with those with protein yet, girl, but I'm sure it's possible. I'll work on that for next time.
If someone wants to learn more from you about their diet, how can they find you?
So you can visit my website, thesportsnutritionplaybook.com. Bonus, we have the recipes to download. So get the Power Duo recipes. The key is protein and fiber at each meal and snack. That Power Duo is going to help you power your day, especially for National Nutrition Month.
Thanks so much, Amy, for being here this morning. All right, let's get to it. Coming up on GMT, good times never seem so good. The national tour of A Beautiful Noise, the Neil Diamond musical, comes to the Music Hall at Fair Park with a North Texas tie in the cast. Plus, she's serving up Taste Texas. Chef Lori is back in the GMT kitchen to put a two-step on an iconic Irish dish. Keep it here. It is my favorite time of morning. It is time for some GMT, and if you ain't got the tea, you must not be watching me. So let's spill it this morning. But today, you guys, we're spilling a bit of Texas tea because I just went to the Omni Theater for the first time in Fort Worth to see Resolution, a Polyphonic Spree album experience, and it was game-changing, one of the best theater experiences I've ever had. So let me tell you about it, as well as the film, because it's actually playing right now, and spring break is upon us. So Resolution is the first ever Dome Theater film to win the Audience Award for Best Immersive Experience at South by Southwest. And as you know, South by Southwest is quickly coming, starting tomorrow, actually, and lasting until March 18th. I'll actually be there covering all the fun, but this film was the most talked about ticket of the festival last year, with lines down the street, and literally every screening was at capacity. But this film has set a new standard for what immersive cinema can be, and it's local for you to enjoy, you guys. So get out there and experience some new type of art. It's set to the album Salvage Enterprise and unfolds around a campfire. Each song of the album reveals the inner world of someone seated at the edge, from soaring through canyons to flying ships in the clouds, racing puppets on RC cars to drifting through psychedelic starscapes. Every moment is a spectacular fusion of music and story and wonder. The Dallas Morning News even called it pure magic, and the London Times says this is the future of music. Albums will now be experiences. So such a fun activity. It's quick and easy to do. The total runtime is only 43 minutes. So you can pop in there, be transported to another world, and then go grab dinner and drinks right after. Or there's, I think, 8 or 9 movies you can choose from, or films, I guess I should say, and they're all around that 40-minute mark. They have one for space and all the things, and so you can kind of decide, maybe your kids want to decide what they want to go see, but super fun activity. And speaking of South by Southwest, like I said, it starts tomorrow, and if you're not familiar, let me break it down for you because it is coming upon us. It is a huge annual festival and conference held in Austin, celebrating music, film, technology, gaming, and culture, while bringing together creators and fans alike from around the world. This year, they are switching it up, and it will be 7 consecutive days of showcases. This is such an immersive experience as well, because you get to discover new artists and experience unforgettable breakthrough performances at iconic venues. And for some of the artists, this is their first big break, so you can get to see some underground creatives who are working their way up to that mainstream platform. But then on the other hand, you also have Oscar-winning directors walking around waiting for someone to pick their brain. It really is quite an incredible gathering, and South by is the place to be, and happens to fall within these next 2 weeks. So if you're looking for a fun road trip to take the kids on, this could be it. It's only a 3-hour drive, and your kids get to experience art and culture like never before. If you do decide to go, let me know. I will be out there actually covering the new movie hitting theaters soon, They Will Kill You. It's a horror. My goodness, I'm already a little scared, but that is your local tea of the day, getting you ready for your spring break like never before. Definitely pop out and see what the Omni Theater has to offer in Fort Worth. All right, Greg, let's talk about it, because it might be a good week to actually go see a movie.
Yeah, it will be a good weekend. Temperatures actually warming up for the weekend. Still have some rain left over today, so we'll have one more look at radar, and yes, that forecast for the weekend ahead, all coming up.
Live, this is Good Morning Texas.
Y'all do recall what Greg said earlier, right? I sure do. He said we are going to have to break those coats out again tomorrow.
You will. And I'm all for it. I'm all for it. For tomorrow morning. Yeah, it does get kind of chilly out there once again. Putting away the umbrellas, but we'll still need them in some areas here this morning. Fort Worth right now, starting to see a little sunshine trying to break through the clouds out there right now. I think this trend will continue for us. 63 degrees out there for you right now. We'll have the rain ending into Tarrant County, coming back over to Cedar Hill, though. Still some low clouds kind of hanging in there right now, but these starting to thin out as well. You can kind of see Joe Pool Lake there off in the distance. You see what's left of the rain. Not much at all across the area here this morning. We'll zoom out a little bit more. Still enough for our southeastern counties. Still going to have some showers out toward, of course, Corsicana, Athens, maybe a rumble or two of thunder as well through the morning hours, but the strong severe thunderstorms continue to move on away from North Texas today. Now, we talked about those winds. We'll have a cold front moving in, strong north winds behind the front, 20 to 30 miles per hour as we go through the day. Still going to be in the mid 70s for those highs, but those temperatures get a little chilly as we head into tonight. There's that wind advisory, 1 p.m. until 10 p.m. So hold on to your hats, secure those loose outdoor items that you may have because of those strong winds here as we go through the day. So we're going to keep the weather alert going because of those strong winds as we head into this afternoon and evening. 42. We'll have some upper 30s around for tomorrow morning, so it will be sweater weather, I think, once again. 65 for that high. Then we warm up for the weekend, upper 70s and low 80s through Saturday. Another cold front drops in late Sunday, so that's going to bring those temperatures down. Look at that next Monday. We may not get out of the upper 50s for daytime highs, and a little chilly as we start out heading into a next Tuesday there. As we head toward next Tuesday, we'll be in the upper 60s there, and then as we head toward the latter half of the week, a gradual warm up there as we head toward St. Patrick's Day, a little chilly, but then we're going to be back into the upper 70s and low 80s late next week. All right, Aaron, back to you.
I like it, Greg. All I saw were the weekends. We're still going to be in the 80s, and that's good enough for me. Thanks so much. All right, let's switch gears, except we're kind of still talking about weather. When severe weather or unexpected outages strike, losing power doesn't have to mean losing your Wi-Fi connection as well. Spectrum says their invincible Wi-Fi uses the latest technology to keep you online even when that power goes out. Greg Savale from Spectrum joins us to explain how this new service works. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So glad to have you here.
Yeah.
So can you explain exactly what invincible Wi-Fi is?
Yeah, Aaron, think about it as kind of like a backup generator for your internet. You know, as you mentioned, if your power goes out or your connectivity gets interrupted, this is kind of like a generator that kind of kicks in automatically. So it's a system that has not only a backup battery, but it also has cellular connection built right into it. So
wow.
Those two things automatically kick in. You don't have to like set up a hotspot. You don't have to connect anything, reset anything. Those things kick in automatically to be able to provide you connectivity for up to 8 hours.
Wow. Okay, very good. But can you tell me, because I know you just mentioned a couple of different things, the different features of it, but what makes it different from most Wi-Fi setups that most people have at their homes?
So most of our home Wi-Fi setups look like this. You have some sort of connection that comes into your home, and then you have devices that are powered by electricity. So if one of those drops, everything stops.
Everything's done.
Right,
yeah,
everything's done. So in this case, not only do you have those features that I just mentioned, but you're using the latest Wi-Fi 7 technology and kind of putting all of that together to provide kind of that reliable backup. And really, at the end of the day, this is about peace of mind. I mean, we all know folks that work from home. You know, we might even know folks that operate businesses from home. And I've talked to people that operate businesses from home, and when their connectivity goes down, they're losing money. So I mean, this is really critical for folks like that, and it's really critical for folks to have not only a reliable system, but reliable backup system.
Yes. Okay, well, you just mentioned business owners, but even just families as well. So my next question for you is what kind of devices can be on a system like this? Is it anything and everything?
Well, it's not everything. So you think about it, if the power goes out, obviously you don't have power to your house still, but so we're talking about the devices that people still use every day. We're talking about laptops, we're talking about cell phones, we're talking about tablets. So we're talking about those types of devices. You could still stream on those, you could still work on those. So, if there's a storm and the power goes out, the kids can still do their homework, right?
Got it. Okay, so if it has its own power source, it can go on the system.
So all connected tools, right? So we're talking about, like even if you have cameras that are on like a backup battery, a security system, and the power goes out, you could sit there and check it on your house and see if it's okay.
All right, well, this is the most important question right here. How can we get it?
Yeah, no, so anybody that's looking to, get it, you could contact, if they're looking to get Spectrum Internet, you can contact, ask for Invincible Wi-Fi. I mean, not only are you getting the Invincible Wi-Fi and that backup system, but you're actually getting like the latest Wi-Fi 7 technology, which is actually stronger and faster. So, we're seeing a lot of progress and being able, especially on bigger homes.
Yes.
Because, a lot of big homes have like dead spots in houses, or if you have big property and maybe it doesn't reach out to certain parts of that property, the stronger Wi-Fi and to be able to have this kind of connectivity, it's able to get out there. So next time you see Dale Hansen at the ranch and you need some space coverage, it's really good for those opportunities.
Yes, indeed. Okay, well, I think a few people have probably connected with this and think, okay, I probably need this for my home. Craig, thank you so much for being here. And to learn more about Spectrum's Invincible Wi-Fi, I like saying it like that. It makes it feel fun. Visit spectrum.com/stay connected. Coming up tomorrow on GMT, from Hurry Up Chicken Butt to Exploding Pigeon, the toy guy is here with playful spring break boredom busters. Then Oprah and the Obamas are some of her biggest fans. Best-selling author Tayari Jones takes us into the pages of her new historical novel, Ken. Plus, breathing new life into forgotten wares. Paige heads to Denton to check out Faded Blue Vintage. Don't miss it. But so much more GMT coming your way right now. We'll be right back. Get ready to smile and sing along. So good. The untold true story of a Brooklyn kid who became a chart-busting, award-winning American icon is now on stage at the Music Hall at Fair Park. And we've got a beautiful noise, the Neil Diamond musical cast member, Joe Kasky, who is also from Kettler, to tell us all about it. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I am so good. So glad to have you here. Welcome back to North Texas.
Thank you so much.
Is it good to be home?
It's so good to be home. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I'm so glad. Opening night last night, actually, at the Music Hall. How'd it go?
Yes, it went so well. I mean, every town we get to, the audiences are so happy to see us and experience this story for the first time, and that is no different here. People are just feral, honestly, for this show. It's incredible.
Little Neil Diamond,
yeah.
Yes, indeed. Well, he is a legend at that. But this is your national debut. So how did you find out that you actually made the cast, and where were you?
Right. I remember I'm based in New York City now, so all the audition process took place up there. And I was in my apartment in New York when I got the call from my agent that I would be joining the tour and everything. And I remember losing it and then calling a series of people, starting with my family and my girlfriend and then some close friends that I texted and everything. And then it all just kind of snowballed from there and became this amazing thing that I'm a part of now. So yeah, it's really incredible. It's been life-changing.
I can tell. Oh my gosh. Okay, so then what does it mean to you to be portraying? Because young Neil Diamond, I mean, my gosh, his music is like the soundtrack to a lot of people's lives out there. And so what is that feeling to be able to portray him and to do it correctly?
Right. Well, I mean, it's always... It's not surprising to me anymore, but it was so surprising to see how excited people were and how transported we can make them feel when they're sitting in these audiences. And it's the biggest honor that I've had the privilege of doing on stage. And it's so tangible because Neil's still alive. Neil is so integral to American culture and pop music and rock music and everything. So it is huge shoes to fill and everything. And every day, every show that I do, I just try and capture a piece of that, because if I can just do half of what he's done in his prime, then I feel like I've done something special.
You'll be good to go indeed. What's that energy like on stage though? With because I'm sure the crowd is performing and singing with you.
Oh my gosh, every song, and we have good spaces in between where we have very vulnerable scene work and everything too that shows parts of his story that are very honest and difficult to get through, and I think are so important for the payoff of the big stadium scenes when he was touring back in the 80s and the 90s and everything. And it's electric, and people are up in their seats, they're standing up, they're singing along with us, and we're talking to them, and I'm pointing to people in the audience and everything like that. It's just incredible, and you feel so connected and seen by each other, and it becomes more of a conversation and everything like that. So,
I love a show like that, because most of the time when you go to the arts, you kind of have to be quiet and make sure you take it in. But this is a situation where you can have a great time, lean in, sing along. It sounds like it's a party, and it just happens to be in the Music Hall. Do you have a favorite song? Is it Sweet Caroline?
I think I have to say that it is Sweet Caroline just for perpetuity, but honestly, my favorite song has to be Solitary Man. We change it quite a bit from what the original recording was and put it stripped down in this in the Bitter End bar where he first had his first live performance. And it is a chance where I get to play a full, 3-minute song alone with just the help of the ensemble and the band coming in lightly, but me with guitar singing the whole thing. It's really special. You don't get to do that very much in musical theater on stage with that. So yeah,
so good.
That's the one for me.
Literally.
So good.
So
so
what
good.
I did there? I didn't even mean to do that.
Are we right? Let's go. Yeah.
I do want to talk about the fact that we are in your hometown.
Yeah.
You're from Keller, went to Florence Elementary School.
Shout out.
Yes, indeed. So when were you bitten by that musical and acting bug?
It's so funny. I didn't do it at all when I was like a young kid or anything. I got to middle school, went to Keller Middle School, and I got convinced to audition for the musical in my 7th grade year by my amazing choir director, Carla Epperson, and theater director at the time, Barry Yandell. And they convinced me to do it. I had no idea what I was doing, and surrounded by a bunch of kids who had been doing it for years and had loved it already to begin with. And it became this incredibly gratifying experience. So much work that I had never done before in terms of like memorization and where to go, what to say, and then I have to make it my own and have an opinion on it and everything. It was revolutionary to me, and I was addicted to the work of it and making it really, really amazing. So yeah, that I would say back in middle school is when I did my first show.
My goodness.
It's just been history since then. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, you know what? Shout out to Carla and Barry.
Yes,
Shout out to Carla and Barry for getting the career started. We very much appreciate you. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. A Beautiful Noise, the Neil Diamond musical presented by Broadway Dallas, is now on stage at the Music Hall at Fair Park through March 22nd. All you have to do is go to broadwaydallas.org for showtimes and tickets. But you guys, right now, Joe Kasky, a.k.a. Neil Den, will be performing Sweet Caroline, of course. Take it away, Joe.
Where it began, I can't begin to knowing, but then I know it's growing strong. Was in the spring, then spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Hands touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Oh, sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe they never would. Sweet Caroline.
You know what that bell means. Coming to the screen, it's time to cook with Chef Lori Rogers. She is here to whip up another Taste Texas dish with some Lone Star roots. Well, kind of, actually. Today, they're kind of Irish roots. Good morning, Chef.
Good morning.
So glad to have you here. Tell me, what are we making today? I wish you guys could smell the studio. It smells divine.
It really does. If I say so myself, it does.
It smells so good.
So what we're doing today, St. Patrick's Day is just around the corner.
Yes.
Okay, and instead of just going for, I don't like shepherd's pie. Okay, don't write me letters.
What is that?
That's when they bake it with something and put mashed potatoes on the something and bake it in the oven. It just doesn't feel right to me. I don't know.
Okay.
So I came up with my own thing. And then I Texified it.
Yeah, let's do it. It's an Irish Texas dish, baby.
Okay.
Where do we start?
I make a Guinness stew and top it with mashed potatoes as opposed to baking it with mashed potatoes.
Okay, I love this. Just because you said Guinness and I like Guinness.
Yeah, I can't wait to find out what Erin has not had today because it's
you
coming.
know what? Because I was about to say, look, I said, what is that? When you said, what's shepherd's pie? We do this. If you guys haven't seen us together, usually she makes something and then I say, oh, I've never had that before. And then she puts me on. So it's a beautiful relationship, I think.
I think so too. It's very good. We're growing together.
We are.
So typically, when you're doing like a shepherd's pie or a Guinness stew or anything, you use chuck roast right next to it.
Yum.
Now, Texifying it, number one means you use what? Brisket. Because everything in Texas.
I see.
We
That's
love
why
brisket.
it smells so good in here.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you cook the brisket, now I'm gonna give you a quick tip. Make your brisket in your Instant Pot.
Ooh, just dump it in there, put a few seasonings in there and hit it and let it cook on low, yeah?
Yes. Now, to go back to the Irish side, because girl, I got this whole thing mixed up, okay? I cook it with Guinness.
Okay, you're putting the Guinness into the quick pot.
Into the Instant Pot with the meat, so the meat is really flavored with the Guinness. Then when we take it out, we pour the Guinness into the stew part, so we have the flavor, and then we build it from there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm seeing that there's vegetables in here a little bit as well. What vegetables did you chop up to go in there?
Well, of course, cabbage.
Yes.
Onions, carrots, and some mushrooms.
Love.
Okay.
Okay, I like the idea of cabbage in it, though.
Yes.
This is gonna be good.
You eat cabbage?
I love cabbage.
Now, that would have been the food I assumed that she had never had, was cabbage. Okay.
Now, mushrooms.
You can't, they're portobello mushrooms. And portobello mushrooms have amazing flavor and they're very filling.
They really do give off a fabulous, it's almost like a fragrance, but for the taste buds.
And you can't tell them. You can't tell. I don't put that many in because my kids are like that. So,
see?
Okay. Now, here's the thing, the mashed potatoes,
I'm not alone.
These are jalapeno mashed potatoes.
Stop, they're spicy a little bit?
Yes.
You know me so well.
I do.
How do we do this?
Okay, so basically I just did some mashed potatoes here, okay? Mash them up, start
Mash
mashing.
them good.
Now, what I have in here is some heavy cream. You can use something else, but I highly advise heavy cream because if you've gone this far, why stop now?
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're gonna pour this in, ready? Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, there you go. That's okay, girl. Now, usually when you're making mashed potatoes, now I would stop there. Now take the spoon and start stirring. Usually when you're making mashed potatoes, you know you want them to be really creamy and fluffy.
Yeah.
Now this dish though is rustic in nature. Okay.
What does that mean?
Means
rustic.
It's authentic. It's hearty. It's
hearty.
It's got the feel of the country.
I feel where you're going
what I'm
with.
saying?
You know what? This would definitely be like out. This is what I know exactly where you're going with this. You know, back in the day when they used to work out and they were, you know, farming and all the things, and the wife would bring out the chuck wagon with all the foods, and then this would be on the chuck wagon.
This feels like Yellowstone, doesn't it?
It does.
1823.
But Texas version.
But the Texas version,
So
yes.
good.
So then, okay, so you get that. You don't need those to be perfectly smooth, okay? We didn't go all the way. But you want to be hard because you want them to catch the stuff. Now,
did you chop up little jalapenos in here, or how did you
I made
get
a jalapeno puree, and then I mixed it. We've played with the little machine before, so
Yes.
I didn't bring the machine.
Yes.
Okay, and then, ooh.
Beautiful.
Now I'm gonna make you a little bowl here. It's got the, look at that. And I've also put some anchovies. Oh Lord, anchovies. I do not cook with anchovies. Take that out.
Where'd that come from?
Ancho chilies. Okay. And then you're gonna put the mashed potatoes right on top, okay?
Wow.
Just like so.
Yep. You plop her up there. I was about to say, we got to get a good spoonful.
There you go.
Yes,
Yes,
indeed. But the fact that you put jalapeno,
Yeah.
Jesus, I can't wait to
and
try
pepper
this.
jack cheese.
Oh, wow.
Here you go, baby.
Okay.
You just keep adding on as you want to.
You see how she does me? She said, here you go, baby. That's how she knows. I'm her girl, okay? She be putting me on. Let's see. Here we go.
Oh boy.
I have to get some good mashed potatoes. Got to get that brisket.
Yes. And normally, like I said, we might mash them down a little more, but you really want them to catch
But
the
honestly,
flavor.
Yes, because look how smooth these ones are right
Yeah.
here. So good. That's the end product. But here's the product we're going to dive into right now. Here we go.
Okay. I kept the stew hot for her because I wanted it to be
One
right.
thing about Chef Lori, she don't fake no food on the show,
No,
okay? It's
no.
gonna be hot, it's gonna be ready, and it's delicious.
This
is so good. And it's hearty and perfect for a rainy day,
Yes.
like we're having right now.
And we're coming out of the season. It's about to get
So,
warm.
so good.
One more time.
Okay, now let me ask you, because I know you got a website and you be putting recipes up there. This gonna be up there?
Ish. Okay, so this one is in my. Y'all know we done had this conversation every month. Y'all pray for me with these with the recipes.
She's working on it, y'all.
But this one is in my cookbook, Calabama Cooking. Okay, not like this, the traditional Guinness way I created it, but I will put something up to show you kind of how to Texify it.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys, she's gonna hold us down. She's gonna get us right with the recipes. Thank you so much for being here and always feeding me. This is my second breakfast of the day now. Love you so much. We'll be right back, you guys.
Wardrobe for our hosts is sponsored by Dillard's at North Park Center.
If you ever wonder what we do on the commercial breaks, especially after the food segments, I literally stood here the whole time and devoured the bowl, and then she made a second one because it's just that good. But you guys, she doesn't have just savory recipes. She also has a fabulous jam line. Tell me about Jam Vino.
Jam Vino is gourmet wine-infused jam.
So good.
Okay, we have 3 flavors: blackberry merlot, raspberry moscato, and strawberry blanc, which is strawberries and blueberries and Sauvignon Blanc. It's delicious. You can cook it with desserts. You can also cook it down on healthy meats. It's awesome. Visit us, jamvino.com. You will love it.
You guys, it's Angela Bassett approved. I'm just saying.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
My goodness, so
Angela
good.
loved it, by the way.
She's very popular, you guys, with the celebrities, and honestly here too, because the food is always hidden. Make sure you guys check out her recipes. Tell me one more time.
jamvino.com, and go to Chef Lauria's on Instagram.
There you go. If you missed anything from today's show, remember you can always rewatch GMT on your own time on the free-to-download WFA Plus streaming app for your TV and your phone. Download them both, and a replay will happen at 1 p.m. today. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. We are going to dive into this fabulous food that we have here. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Have a good morning, Texas. See you later.